Hello Divination and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create beautiful full footer scroll reveals below Divi's section dividers. So this is the final result we're aiming to achieve. So without wasting a lot of time, let's dive in and let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is to create a brand new page. So I'm going to come over here to pages, click on add new. We're going to give this page a name. I'm just going to call this footer since we're designing a footer design. Click here on use Divi builder. Now for this tutorial, I'm going to be building from a pre-made layout. So I'm going to come over here and choose pre-made layout. And the layout we're going to go with is a SAS layout pack. So I'm going to go ahead and select it and search. So the landing page is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it and then click on use this layout. Next, we're going to add a Z index of 3 to our hero section. So I'm going to come over here, click on this gear icon, advanced, and then I'm going to come over here on visibility and set my Z index to 3. So what you want to do is to add this Z index of 3 to all the other sections. Now, the easiest way to do this is to come over here to your wireframe mode and then go into each and every one of these section settings. The other way is to just copy and paste the Z index from the hero to all the other sections. So let me just show you quickly how to do that. So I'm going to come over here, click on section settings, advanced, and then over here on the Z index, I'm just going to click on these 3 little dots, copy Z index, and then we're going to paste it over here. So I'm just going to save this. I'm going to right click, paste Z index, move on to the next one. Right click, paste Z index. And then just do this until you've added all the sections. So now that we've added Z index of 3 to all our sections, the next stage is to go and remove the animation style of the hero section. So what I'm going to do is to go back over here to the top one, click here on this gear icon. Now, if you want to view this in desktop view, all you have to do is to click on this icon here. Now you can view everything. All right, so what we need to do here is to remove the animation style. So I'm going to click here on design, and then I'm going to come all the way down here to animation. And as you can see, it's set to zoom. We want this set to none. Now we're going to extend this animation style to all the sections. So I'm going to right click, extend animation styles, all sections on this page, and then click on extend. Right, the next stage is to modify the last section on the page by adding a background color. So I'm just going to save this, scroll all the way down to my last section, and here it is. I'm going to click here on my section settings, click on background, and then I'm going to add my background color. I'm going to paste it in here. Now, if you want to use the exact same colors as I'm using throughout this tutorial, I will leave a link to the post in the show notes below, which has all the settings. Right, so now that we've added this, we're going to save and add a regular section now below this section. So I'm going to click on this plus button, click on regular. So I'm just going to close this for now because we want to start by adding a background color to this section. So I'm going to click here on my section settings, click on background, and then I'm going to add my color by clicking here on this plus button. Now my color is going to have transparency. So I'm just going to drag the slider all the way down here until we have full transparency. Right, so what we're going to do now is to add a top divider. And to do that, we want to come over here to design, dividers. And we are going to start by adding a top divider. Now let's choose our divider style. So I'm just going to scroll down here, and the style we're going to go with is this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. Next, we want to make sure our divider height is set to 250 pixels. And then on our repeat here, we're going to set this to 2x. Now, as we did before to all the other sections, we need to set the Z index to 3. So I'm going to come over here to advanced visibility. And for our Z index here, I'm just going to set this to 3. Now, what Z index does is if you set the higher number, that item you've added the Z index to will be above all the designs according to the value that you've added to it. So, for example, here, 3 will be above anything that's on the page. All right, so pretty much we're done here. I'm going to save this. Okay, so the next stage is to add another section. So I'm going to click on this plus button, add a regular section. And in that section, we're going to add a background color by coming over here to section settings, black background, and then clicking this plus button and pasting the color in here. Next, we're going to come over here to design, sizing, and make sure we set the width to 100%. Next, we're going to add a bit of spacing to the top. So we're going to come over here to spacing and add padding of 500 pixels. And this time the Z index needs to be set to 2. So I'm going to come over here, click on visibility, set this to 2, and then save. Now the next stage is to add our rows. So I'm going to click on this plus button and we're going to go with 4 columns. Now before we do anything else, let's start by customizing our rows. So I'm going to click here on my row settings and click on design. Sizing. So the first thing we're going to do is to use custom gutter width. Now the gutter is the space between the columns. So we want to make sure there's no spaces. So I'm going to drag this all the way to 1 and then equalize column height. I'm going to set this to yes, so that every time we add any content in our columns, they will all have the same height despite what content it is in each column. Right, so the next stage is to go into the columns. So I'm going to click here on content, go into the column settings, design, spacing. So here I'm going to start by adding 20 pixels to the left. Next, we're going to add a column border. So I'm going to come over here to border, and our border here needs to be on the right. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And for the border to show, we need to give a value. So in this case, we're going to add 1 pixel, and we're also going to add a color. So I'm going to click here on this eyedropper tool and paste my color like that. And now I need to apply these settings to the rest of the columns. So to do that, I'm just going to copy the column styles. So I'm back over here. I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to click on copy item styles. And then I'm just going to right click and paste the item styles. Right, notice that as I'm pasting this, these lines are being added to my columns. So pretty much here we are done. I'm going to save this, and then let's start adding our content. So I'm going to start here by adding an image. So I'm going to click on this plus button, search for my image module, select it. And the first one here is going to be a logo. So I'm going to go with this wire logo, click upload an image. And then here I'm going to go to design, sizing, and I'm going to set my width here to 35%. And then for the module alignment, I want this aligned to the left. Now notice here that sometimes it may go in as pixels. So you want to go back in and make sure it's set to percentage, so that you have the right size of that logo. Right, so over here on spacing, where it says show space below image, we want to make sure that this is set to yes, and then we want to add a bottom margin of 50 pixels. So pretty much that's all we need to do here. I'm going to save. Next, I'm going to come over here to my second column and add a text module. I'm going to select it. And in here, we're just going to add some text which says customers. But of course, in your case, you can add whatever you want. Now let's go to the text settings and customize this text. All right, so let's start by changing our font. And the font we're going to go with is Nunito Sans. I'm going to select it. It's going to be semi-bold. The text needs to be white so that it's easier to read on this dark background. The text size, we're going to set this to 19. Next, we're going to come over here to spacing. And here, we just need to add a top margin of 15 pixels. And the same for bottom. Right, so pretty much we're done here. I'm going to save this. Now I'm going to add some more content. So I'm going to click on this plus button and add a text module. Now, these are the links that you can add to your footer. So my first one here, I'm just going to call this link product, and make sure if you want this to link to a specific page, you want to click here on link and add your link to the page. In this example, I'm just going to add a blank link, and then let's customize this text by coming over here to design, text. We're going to choose our font, which is Nonito Sans. We're going to add our text color by coming over here and clicking on this eyedropper tool, pasting it. And the text size needs to be 17. So I'm going to enter here. And then we need to also add a top and bottom margin of 15 pixels. So I'm going to come over here to spacing and add my margins. So the reason why we're adding our margins here is so that we have, enough space between all these links that we're adding here. Right, so I'm just going to save this for now. Now, if you want to add more links here, pretty much it's up to you how many you're going to add. So I'm just going to, duplicate this a few times. And then what you want to do is to go in and rename what you have here. Okay, so to make things easier for me, I'm just going to go in, just do a few examples, and then you can go ahead and finalize the rest. So I'm going to call this one here services. I'm going to go to the last one here and call this contact, and then save. Now make sure that you go to each and every one of these links and change the links to the pages that they're supposed to link to. All right, so now that we have this column all set, the next stage now is to copy all these elements here into the rest of the columns. So the quickest way to do this that I prefer doing is to coming over here to your wireframe mode, and then you just want to duplicate it and drag it over here to the right, like that. All right, so as you can see, I've gone ahead and added my titles here, and I've also added the links to the rest of the pages behind each column. All right, so the next stage now is to go to section number 2 and make it fixed to the bottom of the page by adding some custom CSS. So to do that easier, I'm just going to come over here to wireframe mode, and then I'm going to go all the way to the top here. And then here on section 2, I'm going to click on section settings. Next, I'm going to click here on advanced, and then I'm going to add my custom CSS to the main element, and then save. Next, I'm going to come over here to my first section, which is the hero section. And I'm also going to add a bottom margin of 400. So I'm going to click here on design, sizing, and from the margins here, I'm going to add 400. Okay, so I'm going to save this. So I'm going to hit publish. And then I'm going to click on exit the visual builder in order for us to see our footer. So I'm just going to scroll all the way down. And as you can see, as I'm scrolling, the footer now is revealed. So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and do follow us on our social media platforms. By doing so, you'll be notified every time we release new tutorials. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.